Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
I love Batman.
I bet you do.
Oh, no poor Ray. She's like, yeah, you do. That's right, kids.
The lady doth protest too much.
Oh, yes, from the white. Yes, from the sound of our Australian cuckoo clock. You know what time it is again. We are the night.
The Batman podcast.
I am Phil, and that woman showing no mercy tonight. It is
the Hellspawn of Gotham, Bull of Hellfire.
Even hell to God. Keep her hand. Thank you for saying all right, so yes, Will Hellfire mentioned Hellspawn because tonight we're covering the crossover issues between Spawn and Batman. Yes, there were two. There was Spawn Batman from Image Comics, and there was Batman Spawn from DC. So,
oh, Doug Minch, who did you have to blow to get this to come to press?
Wow!
Come on, it's Batman. Rob will never hear this. It's fine.
I know.
Nobody tell Rob.
Yeah, Chantel.
Nobody tell Rob. He's still hungover from all that sweet Marvel merch he got for his birthday. He'll be all right.
I know. I saw that. Oh, I'll have to send you pictures. I got a bunch of graphic novels and stuff for my anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Aw. Yeah, Rob.
Someone that cares about you. How sweet.
Oh, you've rejected people who've tried to care about you, Little Hellfire. How many
I know. I'm not sad.
rings you turn down? All those lantern cores want you, and you keep turning them down.
I do have 6.
She's freaking Thanos, kids.
So yeah, which one are we doing first? Which one came first? I always forget.
Oh, you mean published? Because I was gonna say there's like no chronology here, so
yeah.
Don't they usually put these out around the same time? Hold on, let me look at dates here. I mean, they're both saying 1994, so
yeah, I couldn't really get a read on which one you're supposed to read in what order. It's like War Devil collected 2 issues. Can we have your money?
I think it matters because it almost seems like both stories, they both are meeting for the first time.
Yeah. I always thought, like, when I was rereading, I was like, maybe it's like the same story told from a different perspective, and that's the point. But it feels a little disjointed for that, but that's the headcanon. We'll roll with it.
All right. So where would you like to start? Let's help.
Well, it's We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, so obviously.
All right.
Batman doesn't let guests go first. He's rude.
Oh my. All right. So yes. So I guess we'll start with Batman Spawn War Devil.
Yeah, this actually happened, guys. 90s were crazy, kids.
Oh yeah, man. They would Marvel and DC did crossovers, kids.
Oh, the amalgam universe. I miss it. I miss it so much.
Or even just like crossover issues. I mean, 'cause we're gonna be getting some Batman Spider-Man eventually here, Batman Daredevil.
Can't wait for that one, actually.
Yeah. Well, there'll be a Batman one and a Daredevil one over on The Devil You Know with the writer himself. So
yay. Well, he's steeped in both universes, so that's pretty cool.
Exactly. Looking for the synopsis. There's the one for the other one. Where's the
And we're not doing Inner Demons, right? We're just forgetting that one exists for now.
Wait, did I miss that one? When was that one?
Well, it's from 2006, but
just
making sure. Because mine is all three of them are collected in mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just have.
I'm reading mine from Comixology.
Oh, okay. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know where my actual floppy copies are those because I would once I read that once I never had to read it again.
Which one?
Both of them. I was just like, okay, that was a drug induced nightmare. Let's file this away under never read again.
Oh,
but here we are.
All right, I found the synopsis for Batman Spawn War Devil. Yes, this was the DC one from May 1994. Damn, I was still in high school.
Oh.
Is that sophomore year? Damn.
Danielle, you're dating an old man.
Yeah, like you've never done that.
Exactly. I have no room to talk.
This one, right? Oh, writers Doug Mensch, Chuck Dixon, and Alan Grant.
Oh, talk about smoking a doobie, baby.
We pulled out all the '90s big Batman big guns here, you know.
Well, you kind of had to. This was like a really like momentous occasion.
I mean, again, it's like a giant advertisement too for for people who were reading Spawn and maybe not Batman, be like, hey, look at the talent we got, kids. Yeah,
exactly. And then shout out to Klaus Janson for the art.
Oh yeah, penciler and inker Klaus Janson, and he was colorist with Steve
Bucatello.
Yeah,
he did the computer stuff, I guess. Oh, they were just starting on the computer stuff. It's 1994, guys. They don't give those guys credit anymore.
Editor Todd Klein and editor Dennis O'Neil.
May he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you read that Denny O'Neil story? Not take us too far off track in the Green Arrow special this week.
I did.
That was nice. By his son.
Yeah. Well, we should squeeze that in the comic caper somewhere one day.
Okay, I was gonna say
the best of Denny O'Neil, a retrospective.
Oh, there you go. All right, so synopsis: War Devil.
Why is it always Roanoke?
I know. The story of Virginia Dare and Roanoke is recapped. Matches Malone is searching for information on a missing man named Virgil Dare.
We're not doing Daredevil yet.
Batman tails Dare to Gotham Tower, a building project led by Simon Vesper, a man killed by Spawn. Batman finds Dare and learns that he is working to fulfill Vesper's plans. Vesper reappears the day before opening ceremonies. Vesper attacks and kills Dare, making a pentagram with his blood and spelling at Croatoan above it. Batman and Spawn briefly fight with Batman coming out on top. Batman and Spawn begin working together to solve the mystery. Gotham Tower lights up brightly, and a pentagram of burning buildings starts with the rest of Gotham, while the rest of Gotham goes dark. Gotham's dead rise. Oh boy. Batman confronts Vesper at his building's opening ceremonies. Oh, Gotham's dead, right? All those people, Batman didn't have to, wasn't going to kill, but didn't have to save. Vesper's actually the demon Croatoan working for Satan to collect souls for the Devil's Army.
Working for him. Hashtag Powerpuff Girls.
Spawn fights Croatoan, but is overpowered. Batman helps Spawn just in time, and Spawn defeats Croatoan. The dead return to their graves, and the doorway to hell is closed. So, Lilith, what you think?
This definitely feels like it fits in the Dark Knight Returns. If you know, you know. It's a moody set piece. It's a little talky, surprisingly. A lot of dialogue in this one. Well, not even dialogue. It's more like, setup.
Yeah.
An exposition.
I should have did my homework. Yes, they said this is the second one, and they mentioned the first one, which we're going to get to, the image put out. The two book stories are unrelated and both feature the first meeting of Batman and Spawn. So,
like I said, different perspective. They're both crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. So, It works. It works.
It's a multiverse. It's an multiverse.
Don't start. I don't know. I like the artwork. I like the fluidity of the panels. It's pretty quick paced, but it just feels like nothing happens. Nothing that matters.
I mean,
and it's like they're trying to match the grit of Frank Miller as well. Like, yeah. I don't know if anybody else feels that way about the story, but they're definitely trying. I feel like they found out who was doing it and they tried to match the grit for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like the story. Story-wise, this.
I don't mean that in a bad way this time.
No, this might be my favorite of the two story-wise, and the art in this is good, but I like the art. I kind of like the story better in this one and the art better in the other one.
Yeah. Although the other one doesn't, I feel like it doesn't flow as well, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
That classic McFarlane pace.
I was going to say, 1994 Spawn. I wonder who's drawing it.
I wonder how much money they backed up to Frank Miller to do this one.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I see what you get with that with this first one. It's just like, I don't know, not a lot. I mean, the dead actually rise.
Yeah, I think that it's weird that I feel like I like Spawn more in this one and Batman more in the other one, and maybe that's the point of a crossover, a well done crossover, I guess. Not really a crossover, but you know what I mean.
Maybe just like tease you a little bit, be like, hey, you like Spawn? Hey, come over and buy our book every month, And
I think that might be like one of those mandatory but not spoken things. Is like, hey, don't make our guy look like a jerk since this is like a intercompany crossover kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I think every crossover, everyone's like,
and that's why you have that, like, nobody's like really like. I think that's why nothing really happens. It's just kind of like a story. Well, it's very neutral.
Well, I don't know if it's a lot of setup too, just because Batman. I mean, Batman's done supernatural stories, but it's not like his bread and butter.
It's not our main. Yeah, it's not our main deal.
So we kind of have to like set up, a thing for, this is why the dead are rising and, are linked to hell and stuff.
But it's like, yeah, Gotham's probably a hell mouth if we're going to be honest. And there's definitely evil there that Spawn can sense. So, I mean, for me, it makes sense.
But I think for a Batman book, you have to like spell it out a little more. Yeah, in Spawn's book, it's like, oh yeah, hell's here. It's like, hey, we're just going to drop, this guy Batman into the middle of it.
He's used to rooftops and gargoyles. It'll be all right.
Hey-o.
So let's do the other one real quick.
How many times she's said that in her life? All right. Here, let me bring up the copy for that one. As she scratches her nose at me.
Let me find the other one. Come on, pull up.
Wait a minute. Why does it have the cover for the second one, but it's like
yeah. Do that. Just.
Yeah, I missed that one from 2006. Why didn't you tell me? Could have did that.
I mean, we can save it for later, whenever that Spawn movie comes out.
Oh, true. Yeah. Good thinking, Lil Hellfire. Well,
it's actually a little bit better because it's the 2000s and it's the mid 2000s, but it's a little better.
I could see that because it's like Spawn had been around a little longer and built
exactly. He was more established, more well known in the mainstream. He had that cartoon. He'd had the movie.
Yeah, 94. He had just been around like 2 years or something. So,
which is like it's a real coup that they pulled this off. Like because McFarlane's not known the most for canoodling with DC, so that was.
But again, too, this was early on, so maybe he's just like
But also, Image was kind of person non grata for a while too.
Yeah, but their big grudge at the time was with Marvel, so maybe they're like, oh yeah, let's work.
A friend of enemy of my enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Hey, it might get more eyes on our product, and two, it's like it's kind of another middle finger to Marvel. It's like, hey, let's do it. Okay. All right, this is from Wikipedia.
Oh no, not Wikipedia.
But yes, Yeah, Spawn, Batman. Yeah, yeah, written by
Give the credits. Yeah, give the credits.
Frank Miller and artist Todd McFarlane, of course. I was trying to see if it gave a month, but yeah, no, it just says 1994. So the plot is Batman comes to New York in his search for an arsenal of high-tech weapons and robots that use decapitated human heads as their brains. Frank Miller.
Classic, to be honest.
Antagonistic, confrontational, and suspicious of each other. Yeah, of course, it's a Frank Miller story. Spawn and Batman engage in violent battles before realizing battles, kids, plural. Before realizing they are both after the same villain. Grudgingly, because it's Frank Miller, they decide to work together. The person they seek has been kidnapping and decapitating the homeless for use in the robots. But that is only part of the plan. There's also a nuclear arsenal ready to be deployed. Oh, see, look. Yeah, a note in the front cover states that this one shot is a companion piece to DC Comics' The Dark Knight Returns. It does not represent current DC Comics continuity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I guess Frank Miller was kind of a have-to then at that point.
I get, yeah, I mean, so, or unless it was his idea, I don't know, but yeah, so, yeah, the DC one, yeah, that was the current Batman at the time, and then this is, you know, Dark Knight Return, a younger Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Yeah, it definitely it fits right in, and I love that it's like bozo in black. I was like, oh, even though it was Harry Houdini, I was just like, that fits. Batman's kind of a bozo compared to Spawn. Let's just be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh, though the crossover has never been part of the ongoing Spawn continuity either, it is a commonly held belief that the scar appearing on Spawn's face at the beginning of Spawn 21 is the same wound inflicted by Batman with a carefully thrown batarang at the closing of the crossover.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Which is upheld by Spawn's remark in that very same issue.
Yeah, the bozo in black.
Well, yeah, with some bozo in black.
But it's Harry Houdini. We all know that. Come on.
Yes. That's what it even says. Yes, but thanks to 19 and 20, yeah.
That would have been cool if they kept that going, though. But, I mean, we're over 300 issues at this point. That continuity's blown to smithereens.
So, yeah, it's, again, kids, it takes place in the Dark Knight Returns universe, so. I
really like the cover for Spawn Batman.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, like, editorial, very classy, surprisingly.
Again, you know, very Dark Knight Returns.
It is very Dark Knight Returns, and intentionally so, I guess.
Oh, Lord. In the game Mortal Kombat 11, Raiden remarked that Spawn reminded him of another Dark Knight. Spawn remarks that the $1 billion crusader is a friend.
I wouldn't stretch it that far, homie.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one, like I said, the pacing is a little off, but I still enjoyed it. The panels are also a little bulky, which makes the flow of it kind of not so hot, but it is what it is. If you read Spawn, especially early Spawn, then you know, if you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was great. But I don't know. Again, it's Frank Miller, so, you know, every 2 seconds, Batman's calling Spawn a punk and stuff. And
you're feeling lucky, punk.
It seemed like almost like once a page, he's like, punk.
He's like, hey, can I get Superman? They're like, no, never again, no.
But yeah, no, like I said, yeah, I like the story and the other one better, but the art, I love the art in this. I mean,
yeah, the artwork's great.
Yeah, if you love that early Spawn, yeah, man.
So yeah, like I said, I got mine on Comixology. I could not tell you where to get this, where to find this. I've literally, and the whole time I've been collecting comic books, I don't think I've come across the floppies.
Yeah, I've had these for a while. I'm trying to remember when I got these. It was a back issue bin somewhere, so I was just lucky enough to find these. But yeah, besides Comixology, I don't think these have been reprinted anywhere. So
I guess it's about money now, especially like see, that's the thing. Back then it was fast and loose with like the rights. It was kind of like all done on a handshake, even back in the 90s. Now it's just everything's very corporate, cutthroat.
Oh yeah, because like you gotta get Warner's to play ball, and then it's like Todd.
And Warner's has no good executive leadership. Everything's in the interim and a constant influx of effed upness, if you will.
Yeah, because I mean, it almost seems like to me. Do you think like maybe? I mean, even Marvel DC team ups like Disney would almost play ball, but Warner's is like, yeah, no.
No, they would definitely want a piece of that $1 billion pie. I mean, honestly, even though, like, okay, spoilers, I've seen Black Widow. I saw it today. Yeah, I saw it today, and it's like the movie's kind of an afterthought, but I don't doubt that it'll do well. I don't think it'll crack $1 billion, but I think it'll do well enough.
Pirates, arg.
Well, they are putting it in theaters.
Reviewer, arg! It's actually not piracy this time.
Man, how do I get to be a reviewer? But I mean, that might crack a bit. I mean, they're putting it in theaters and it's doing that whole Disney Plus thing where you got to pay the extra $30. So
you might as well go see it in the movies. It's the same price.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I mean, unless you have kids and stuff, then.
Oh, I was gonna say one kid. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go. It's like with that if we go to a matinee and just tickets and snacks, it'll probably come out the same. But
yeah, and then just to be on annoying kind of Disney thing, they're not releasing physical copies of their Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, I did see that.
So that's definitely leaving a very sour taste in my mouth. And I don't know if they just mean that for North American release or in general. So we'll see if they renege on that whole thing because that's kind of turning pretty nasty.
It might just take a while because like even Netflix was doing that with the Marvel shows. Like they weren't releasing DVD.
Well, yeah, that was a Marvel thing though. That was a Marvel stipulation.
Okay, because I was gonna say I don't know if they've ever even released Daredevil.
Because Stranger Things, I'm telling you, when Stranger Things is over 2 weeks later, them babies is in Walmart and Best Buy. Netflix originals be out there the minute it's done. Netflix don't play around about their originals. They're like, yeah, just in case you don't have Netflix or you don't have good enough broadband, we got you. But yeah, no, that's in. Did you read any? You want to talk any current Batman stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't any this week, but I mean, Catwoman annual came out this week.
I read that.
Okay, so you saw, that her newest villain is like connected to Jean Paul Valley's father. Yes.
I just want her to straight up murder him. And that's my goal. That's my headcanon, even if it doesn't happen. Beta Black, she murders the whole bloodline, baby.
Oh no, I was gonna say, what if she kills the dad so Jean Paul comes after her?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Because she can handle Jean Paul. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to y'all. She will absolutely break his back. Hey-oh, and I don't mean it that way.
I was going to say, current Catwoman. Oh, yeah, she can handle it.
She is a BAMF. I really like what they've done with Catwoman. It is a return to form. I was worried about Catwoman for a while, especially after that Halle Berry movie. Oof.
I mean, I'd like to see her back with Batman, but she really doesn't need Batman.
She does not need Batman. I like the only thing that I like is like if we ever have an actual like Huntress future, like that's the only thing I really ever like. Oh, Batcat, yeah, but I like her when she's like with the Sirens, when she's with Poison Ivy. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care for her actions with Batman. They kind of nerf her when she's with Batman. So. Mm-hmm. But yeah, shout out to Batman, White Knight, Harley Quinn. That trade is out finally. Yeah, feels like it's been forever. So I'm really excited to sit down and read the story all the way through.
Yeah, we were at Barnes & Noble today. Yeah, that is in stores. So
yeah, so I'm definitely gonna actually. I wish that they would have done a hardcover. I'm a sucker for a hardcover. What can I say? Ew. Oh, and I just want to shout out Green Arrow 100th anniversary, 80th anniversary, 100-page super spectacular #1. It was so good since Green Bat, it kind of falls under our umbrella.
I mean, hey, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know where we're gonna discuss it, currently, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was really good. I mean, they did like they did stories in different eras of Green Arrows. They did the 40s in the beginning, which was kind of cute. It was like almost like.
Very tongue-in-cheek, very funny, very cutesy.
I mean, it's supposed to be in the style of the 40s, but it also almost reminded me of like Green Arrow 66 or
No, I'd kill for. I can't. We need a Green Arrow movie. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't have to be Supermax, but
I'm surprised that with the show over that they aren't like trying to get that.
The first 3 seasons well, like I said, this plan was always for the Flash to be the bigger of the properties. That was just them proving that they could do it, and then it turned out that they could make a universe out of it. That was just kind of like a lucky, like, happenstance thing that happened, and so unfortunately, Arrow, the show and the character, kind of got sidelined. So,
I mean, I'm surprised they don't just do it just because, special effects.
If you can't do Batman, do Green Arrow, as Smallville has taught us.
Yeah, and it's not like Flash or Superman. The budget's not, the special effects budget ain't going to be that big. All you need is some arrows and,
Yeah. Call me. I have at least 3 scripts somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But yeah.
I don't even mean fanfic. I mean, like, actual legit scripts, so.
But yeah, I mean, that Green Arrow 80th was great. I mean, they even brought it back.
I hope that they do Wonder Woman's 80th at least half as well. I'm very worried about that one. I'm gonna be very pissed off if it's not at least as well done as Green Arrow.
I mean, I don't even. It didn't even seem like they really.
That thing came out of nowhere. I was just like, wait, what?
What, the Green Arrow thing?
Yeah, like I had totally forgotten they hadn't hyped it up like they did for Superman or Batman.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'm like, I really didn't see it promoted anywhere. I just like.
And they're not promoting Wonder Woman, and she comes out in October.
I just look at the list that, for the week, when I write a couple days before I go to get the comics, and I was like, oh, hey, that Green Arrow 80th. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, they didn't hype it up at all. That's so weird.
I know. You would think, I mean, yeah, the show's not on now, but I mean, that show is...
I mean, that's a lasting legacy still, even though the CW is trying to make it the CW verse. Rude. Yeah,
but I mean, a show got 8 seasons. It's like you think
on the CW, that's not Supernatural, yeah.
You would think they promote that just thinking, oh, hey, maybe we'll pull in some people who who missed the show or so, if nobody else. It's like, nope.
It's crazy. And like we were talking about earlier, that thing with Denny O'Neil's son, very heartfelt, very touching, loved it a lot.
And I love like they did like some of the past creators, like Mike Grell did and
it didn't annoy me as much. So that's always I'm growing up. I'm not as annoyed with Mike Grell as I used to be. I absolutely used to hate his guts.
But yeah, they had a couple of past creators on it, and it was great. Like, they wrote stories that basically could have fit in, in their run. And I was going to say they didn't get Kevin Smith, but maybe couldn't hit the.
Well, yeah, he couldn't get it on time. Yeah, probably. I mean, he is super busy with He-Man and a couple of other things. I believe he's like doing stand up and stuff too in his local area, stuff like that, right? He's still doing that stuff, right?
I know he's doing like I think they went back to doing live podcasts and stuff like in front of yeah.
So he's a busy guy. People still want him to work with them. So good for him. I'm happy for him. Anything going to keep him from crying.
Well, like anything's going to keep that from happening. Okay, let me get your opinion. Let me see if I can share this. Did you see they put out in the new design for a Batgirl?
Oh yeah, I saw that in the
I guess
instant messages.
I guess it's coming in Fierce State or whatever. There we go.
I guess she's learned her lesson. Like, hey man, Batman wears all black. No need to bring it any more undue attention.
I mean, I thought it, and I was thinking of someone else online said it too. It's like I think they're kind of trying to give everyone their cake because it's like a bad it's like a regular bad costume, but also they're probably they're trying to do a little bit of Batgirl Burnside also, like maybe at least with the color scheme and stuff.
Yeah. So
they're trying to pull everyone in.
I don't know who's still rooting for Batgirl or Burnside, but more power to you, all 10 of you. Like I said, DC needs to do what Marvel's doing: clean house, get back to basics, give the older fans what we want, because we're the only ones buying books. So you gotta cater to who's paying your bills.
But it is nice. I mean, they waited a while. They had her just as Oracle, and now I guess they're gonna, she's gonna.
She's got to get back in action. So
yeah, I mean. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling Batgirl for a while, but I guess it's time to check back in. I guess that's what the big hubbub is probably all about. Like, hey man, we noticed the sales are down. We gotta rally.
Well, she doesn't have a book right now. I think that showed up in Nightwing. So.
No, I mean that last book didn't do well.
Yeah. I mean,
she doesn't have a book. Like, when's the last time Batgirl didn't have a book? It's been a while.
Pre-New 52. Oh no, wait. I mean, there was Stephanie Brown in that. I mean,
still counts. It still counts.
I was gonna say no. I'm just saying it's been last 10 or 15 years, she's probably there's been some Batgirl in a book. So
yeah, so it's time to, and plus they're still trying to get that Batgirl and Nightwing movie, kind of like, you know, DC Next Gen off the ground. So I can totally see if this is received well, them trying to do that.
Well, yeah, I wonder if that's why Tom Taylor's having Barbara's been showing up in most of those issues, his Nightwing issues. So,
I mean, I think that's where we need to start with the younger generation. That's.
Oh yeah, I mean we've milked Batman for how long now? Yeah, I mean, come on, kids.
80 years, 80 plus years.
Yeah, you do do a Batgirl movie, do a Nightwing, Nightwing movie. You can go one younger, two. It's like Batman, but he can have a sense of humor.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be brooding. He's actually a better like brother, father, lover to everyone. So, just saying.
Hello, Russell. Spawny, he's our man. If we can't have him, no one can.
Nice.
Where's my feedback, Russell?
I love how Phil's like, yeah, where's my feedback, Russell?
Lil's like, Captain Petty strikes again.
Yeah, you need a Captain Petty button. I'll think of something.
Oh, good Lord.
But yeah, it was actually a pretty slow week for DC.
I mean, it was a small week. So was this the fifth week? Because, yeah.
Was it? Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean, it was a small week in general, so,
I feel like there was a billion Marvel books, but maybe that's just because I don't like Marvel. None of the books really spoke to me.
I mean, it was a small week.
Yeah, obvious.
But most of the books were Marvel. Yeah, I think I only got, what was it, like 2 or 3 DC and the rest were Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
before the 4th of July as well. They don't really try to do too much.
Well, it was like the Green Arrow 80th issue and then the Catwoman annual. I was surprised they didn't squeeze another annual in there.
They're losing. Like I said, leadership is in an absolute state of disarray. So,
remind me to ask Mr. D.G. Chichester the next time we talk to him, because he was an editor also. Me and the boys on the Sector 2814 were asking, how did they decide who gets an annual and who doesn't? Is it just basic?
I think it's based on sales.
Okay. But
all the sales are pretty solid for the main characters. So. Well, I think they wanted that at the 80th anniversary to kind of just sit because it's a pretty penny. So
well, I mean, we were saying not to get too Marvel, but it's like Quasar never got an annual. He made it to 60 issues. Wonder Man made it to like 30 and had like at least.
But wasn't he in a crossover or something at the time of that annual or something like that? I think that also helps dictate it.
Well, yeah, the first one I think was a part of a crossover. Yeah,
I think that's also another like way that they decide that.
I shouldn't say maybe Wonder Man was selling, but then I think Heroes Reborn derailed a bunch of that.
Yeah, Heroes Reborn. Oof.
Plus the bankruptcy, they cut their line basically in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear DC, you're gonna have to make some hard choices.
So did Disney.
They literally can't though. Sell to Sony, like I've been saying. And I got a couple of directors. Just call me, boys. I got a whole plan. Call me. We'll get Crackle to be the #1 streaming service. Just trust me.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
And on that note.
All right, kids. Yeah, let me pull up the schedule here. I think I left it open. Yes. All right. So hope you enjoyed the crossover. Oh, but next time, if you haven't had enough of hell, next time we're covering Detective Comics 601 through 603. A chap by the name of Etrigan shows up by the last issue of that 3-parter. And then in 2 weeks, Batman 544 through 546, another 3-parter, and also Etrigan story. So
I was gonna say, I feel like we haven't done an actual Batman issue in a while.
I mean, these are Detective and Batman.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying. I feel like we've been all detective or other stories lately.
Oh, don't worry.
Nice to get back to some Batman.
Don't worry. I added some stuff. Oh yeah, and then after those two, we'll get to the Spider-Man. Well, the Batman portion of the Spider-Man team up, and then the Batman Daredevil.
Oh, you didn't leave room for our Ultimate Spider-Cast crossover?
Well, no. I did. No. We're gonna do the one issue here, and then the Marvel Batman Spider-Man on the Ultimate Spider Cast.
Okay, that's okay. That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute.
And there's two.
That's not like you.
And there's 2 Daredevils, so we're gonna do one here and one on The Devil You Know. Again, written by Mr. D.G. Chichester in that one.
Looking forward to that, as always.
And then after all that, we should be at the point where we can do Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2.
Boom! Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I want to see why it's rated R. That's the only thing that I care about.
I'm telling you, probably just think.
Better see some tatas.
Whoa! Yeah, right.
If we can see a Nightwing tied up by Harley Quinn, we can see some boobs. We can see some animated boobs.
Exactly, but no, it's probably they're melting Harvey Dent's face off or something.
Yeah.
Or Joker drops an F-bomb or something, something stupid like that.
Place your bets, kids. Place your bets.
You heard her, Warners. Lilith wants to see some animated tatas. All right. Oh, and hey, Russell, I reworked the schedule. You're going to be getting some Scarecrow stories in September, okay?
Not October? Come on, Phil.
I have some supernatural stories for October.
Okay.
So, Russell, I better see some feedback. You've been crying for Scarecrow. You're going to get like 4 weeks of them, so.
Make sure you put some question in there for next year.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
We'll really have feedback then.
Scarecrow
September.
That's right. Hey, Russell, I'll send you the list tonight, okay? So, and you'll have plenty of time to send feedback. It's not until September. All right, kids. But you can also send feedback on anything I mentioned tonight or anything Batman. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow We Are the Night Batman Podcast on Facebook, on Twitter. You can find links to all of our various social medias for all the various shows. Links to this YouTube channel. See Lilith Hellfire's dungeon. And the double scratch. I never saw that before. All right. Find links to our Patreon where more and more stuff's happening there. So please sign up for that. And would you like some Capes and Lunatics merchandise?
Would you like to stay hydrated?
That's right. Cups, phone cases, t-shirts. I believe stickers also.
Cover up those animated boobies.
Hey-oh! Oh, pasties. All in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please remember to support our sponsors, which are the Southgate Media Group, which is Robert Southgate. So yes, please. It was Rob Southgate's birthday yesterday. So help, please give him a birthday present. And
all hail Master Doom, and go pick up Pod Life, the book.
Yes, but I was going to say, check out, he wants you to go to southgatemediagroup.com, and he also wants you to sign up for the Southgate Media Group Patreon, where there's free content and paid content. And yes, Lilith Hellfire, there is the book, Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback.
And of course, when you buy the book.
Yes, it's most important for the book or anything else. If you go on Amazon to purchase something, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that man crawling out of hell. It is Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain.
Krakoa himself.
So says Master Doom. What did you say?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get so much right. Why did your eye drift over to my box?
Poor Martha.
2 children to raise, I know. All right. All right, Lilith, where can people watch you?
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, be sure to find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course on the Clock app, TikTok itself at Lilith Hellfire 69. Shut up and just lay there. Good for that release.
Oh my.
Drunken weekend. Woo!
4th of July. America.
Party in the USA.
All right, settle down, Miley. All right. Thank you for joining us, kids. Again, come back next time for Detective Comics 601 through 603. Again, and then in 2 weeks, back in 544 through 546. You have Trinket. That's 2 weeks for Etrigan. I was saying, you like that Russell? Can't hear your local part still there. Turn it on. I don't think you had that unmute to flip me off. Craziness. You more crazy than a Batman Spawn for Alright. So yeah, please send us your feedback. Give you a lot of the upcoming stuff. So join us next time. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Batman podcast.
We're also Vengeance too, but it wouldn't fit on the t-shirt.